With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. A short kick taken at the 18. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll start here with Gaskin. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Play action. Now it's Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Away, showing off the pass rush skills.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll start with the option. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Sliding out of the pocket. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Sanders' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Jackson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Tua going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks Knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And I think there on the left hash mark, he's just aiming down the middle and but this ball started right and start working away from him, and it's going to wind up wide of the mark.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dafe Oweh. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way. But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick. You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position. And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands. Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on 1st down. No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself, and it ended up a big-time loss. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. He's got it. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Jackson now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it. Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that. Field
field goals, all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
People across the league got Dobbins picked as one of the likeliest breakout players for 2021. Unfortunately, that all changed after a torn ACL, but those expectations still remain the same for 2022. This is a guy who many believe can be one of the league's leaders in rushing this season and a true workhorse for the Baltimore backfield.
11 more on that one and another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9. Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. From midfield, here's Tua. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique, and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
Buying time to his left. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That is definitely what we call a defensive auto play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought.
And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Channing Tindall in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. To throw is Jackson. That ball complete to Isabella. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This one caught by Isabella. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game, and here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long, but now, on the other side of the field, they've got to be thinking if they got it done, we should be able to punch one in ourselves.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards, the final tally.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Tanner Conner from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey, come on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Now Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua out to his left. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because if the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
This is Anderson, and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding them to no gain.
Able to get away. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's Tua. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Tua going to hand this to Gaskin, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Tua. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
Tua going to run again. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. One last shot for Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it's...
Our Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to knock the devil when built like Tiana Teller. And balling at 27, I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, a legion, my soul forever.